Welcome to episode 4 of the NintenDUO Podcast, hosted by Remco and Tycho. We are your hosts, the NintenDUO. Press that like button down below for the algorithm, because the algorithm doesn't understand yet what kind of people it should promote our videos to. So, hopefully you. And if you are not one of them, then what are you doing here? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's Easter. We got our Easter eggs over here. We got the Easter eggs over there. The Easter bunny. The Easter bunnies might show up later in this podcast here on the couch. And in today's episode of the NintenDUO Podcast, we're going to discuss certain news of this week. News/other stuff. So something concerning Paul Rudd, something concerning the Switch 2 pre-orders that will start at April 24th. Well, actually, that's in 4 days from now at the moment of filming.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly not enough Nintendo Switch 2s on launch, Remco?
Yeah.
I mean, as possible. The Switch 2 controller is presumably amazing, so we'll dive a little bit into that, but don't forget about Paul Rudd, like I mentioned before. Remco doesn't know anything about Paul Rudd. Well, Paul Rudd is, of course, as we all know, Ant-Man. And I want to dive into the Mario Kart Direct, the Mario Kart World Direct that we saw last week, or was it this week? I don't know. And I know we talked already, about it in that video, but now just a little bit deeper. It's been a few days. I was dreaming about it. I've been talking to people. I've been watching RGT85, Beat 'em Ups, Switch Force. I've been talking to Remco. So yeah, now I seem like Sir Talk a lot because I'm on a what? Okay, but anyways, and the last thing that we're going to discuss today is the concerning thoughts about the Nintendo Switch 2 editions. And I have concerning thoughts about these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games. I'm a little bit annoyed, maybe minus a little bit. So, anything else, Remco?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. Maybe one more thing. One more thing. There's a retro rewind today, so stay tuned till the end. Remco doesn't know what's going to happen. I do, because...
No clue.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Let's hit the intro. NintenDUO Podcast. Alrighty then, and this is your host, Remco. Hello there, live on the screen. So, Remco, let's start talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders that start at April 24th. What can we say about that? Well, this is, I mean...
it's a fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact, yeah.
So the pre-orders are going to start April 24th.
Yes.
Was a little bit uncertain on when the pre-orders were going to start. There were some problems, I think, or some... we were waiting a long time.
Well, and this is... you say we were waiting, but this is especially, I think, America has... Okay. Yeah. And we say we for you guys if you're from the States and Canada. But here in Europe, we don't know anything about pre-orders yet. So, okay, maybe also on the 24th, I don't know. But we say we. I mean, he says we for you. Yeah, and he doesn't mean we, but we, E. W-E, I mean.
And
very
also,
confusing.
So no we, you.
We.
Also, yes.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
No, so we feel for you. Like, we feel for the uncertainty that you guys were having also, like, when are the pre-orders going to start? Well, over in Europe, we're not even at that phase right now. Like, we don't know. I mean,
we are kind of influenced because at first we were able to pre-order the Switch 2, right? It was on this website, bol.com, and then it was just changed to not available.
Yeah, it disappeared. Yeah.
But in the States and in Canada, of course, because of the tariffs and everything, the tariffs... it got delayed, right? It was supposed to open up at April 9th, I think, the pre-orders, and then
much
like
earlier,
after 2 days after the Nintendo Direct, they said like, okay, unknown. At least now, April 24th, the pre-orders will start. You can pre-order your Switch 2 Plus. On top of that, the price will stay the same. So $450 for you guys, and for us, it will be €470.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
Lucky us. Woo.
Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. Well, so that's this. Let's get to the
Yeah, let's get to the elephant in the room, or the ant in the room, maybe.
The
ant in the room. I'm very curious about this.
It's just a little tiny like Remco Reacts. So there's some, and Nintendo posted something today on their YouTube channel with Paul Rudd, a little tiny trailer of something, and Remco doesn't have a clue. So I thought, you know what better moment to show Remco than here in this podcast, and let's see how he reacts. So this is Remco, and Remco's gonna react, but right now we're gonna hit the full screen of the monitor. So
I thought you were going to say hit the like button, but yeah, let's start with the full screen.
I mean,
and
if you hit the like button already, I hope.
Oh yeah, of course.
Before, I hope. Anyways, so we're gonna watch this Paul Rudd thing full screen, and maybe it's possible to put us in the corner, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's hit it.
I see the light. Oh, the Switch too.
Yeah, this is Paul Rudd. You see?
Oh, he's so big. Oh, intense. Hey, it's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, so it's from today.
Yeah.
Or 9 hours ago.
So they're promoting the Switch too with all these famous actors?
Well, you say all these famous actors,
a
Remco.
few then,
I think it's just one famous actor and the rest is just,
Yeah, but the other one was also from
Really?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I think so.
Yeah. That guy, yeah. Oh, what's his name again?
Okay, so you're pretending to be a Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan now?
No, but yeah, I haven't watched it.
Okay, well, if this is true, let us know.
Yeah.
James Bond? Well, he's not in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We're going to talk about James Bond again, like last week?
Jake's buddy in the police force.
Yeah, let's just
let's continue.
Let's continue. You're right.
Yeah, I'm not lying to you.
Just pay attention to these shots.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Well, we've seen enough. I think we've seen enough.
Yeah. Okay. The fine artist.
Okay. So I just wanted to show this to you, Remco, because what is your first thought about this? What you've just now seen, besides Brooklyn Nine-Nine's the actor, the body of Jake Peralta or something.
Peralta. Yeah.
Peralta.
Yes.
I mean, I know. I didn't recognize him. He's a little bit older here.
Yeah, and he has more hair.
Yeah, but Paul Rudd also has more hair.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so.
Shall I just tell you, maybe?
Yeah, just playing Mario Kart, and they're playing with the online, with the C button.
Yes.
They're chatting with each other.
Yeah.
They're,
So what my attention was going to especially is the fact that when you see the zoomed in shots of the other people, I mean, I think, of course, they do it on purpose. I understand, but they really do it quite a lot, and to really emphasize, like, look, when you look at other people's game screens, it will not be fluently. It will not be smooth. It will be 5 frames per second. The game chat function and stuff with the camera. That's the feeling I got from this trailer. Like it's not because they really. It's very smart, of course, but. They really want to make it clear to everyone buying Mario Kart with this, commercial. For the people who are not watching these videos, because we, of course, we're watching all these Nintendo videos constantly, but this is for the regular public. The parents were going to buy this game for the children, or the children were going to buy this game for themselves. When we play this game online and we do this, how's it called, game chat, but it's then also with the video.
Yeah.
It will be it won't be fluent at all. And they move every time back and forth between Paul Rudd in 4K, Paul Rudd in what is it? Not even 480p. So
yeah. I think it's 480p.
I mean, you see those shots the whole time. So maybe just a few more seconds of this trailer, and I think we're already at the end. But let's see if there's still something left. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so blurry. Yeah. And 4K again.
And that's it. Okay, so just now we chopped something out. Another video started playing in our ears, and it took a few minutes for us to fix it. So we're back. Anyways, this Paul Rudd thing, I thought you should know. You know, it's something from today on the official Nintendo page.
Oh.
So, but you heard the sentence. Paul Rudd said, "I'm wearing these clothes from the '90s, blah 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 blah." You know, because in the '90s there was also this commercial, and then I thought, you know what? Let's maybe see how Remco responds to this as well.
Yeah,
so here we go. I'm sorry.
So I think they just want to connect all the
all the dots.
All the dots. Okay.
Here, the same clothes.
Yeah, exactly the same. Oh. Oh, also with the long hair.
Yeah.
Zelda. With Zero.
Hey, it looks like Paul Rudd also. Is it really him? No way.
Superpower. Oh.
Wait a second. Do you think Paul Rudd was in this original commercial?
Okay,
so while I Google, I will Google that. Can you maybe hop to the next news point? Because
I don't know.
This is insane.
Well, the next news point. We were talking about it a little bit, and at the headlines at a glance, we're possibly not enough Nintendo Switch 2 on launch dates. Before the Nintendo Switch Direct 2, also Furukawa was talking about he wants to ensure that there's going to be enough Nintendo Switch 2 on launch date. Because previously with the Switch 1, they made a miscalculation also based on the Wii U's failed console.
Yeah.
And they thought like...
Don't be afraid to say it. I
mean, it failed, and they said like, well, maybe we shouldn't make too many Nintendo Switch 1s. Why not? But they were wrong, and it resulted in in shortage on launch day. Well, afterwards there were lots of little Switch 1s available, of course. And but this is probably not going to be the problem anymore, because after the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, Furukawa was also saying, well, there will be enough units available. I think also in all these warehouses in Taiwan or so, I thought, and there were millions, and they ensured us, it will not be a problem anymore. And also the tariffs that were previously the problem, like based on the tariffs that also caused the pre-orders to in the US. Oh, that's a little fly here. Yeah.
Speaking about little flies, maybe the mic can be a little bit higher. Like I think the sound will be a little bit better. Yeah. Speaking about little flies.
Yeah.
Yes,
the little fly.
I think for the viewers at home, to hear your voice better. So yeah.
Yeah. So let's continue with the tariffs, or let's stop with the tariffs actually, because the tariffs for all the electronic devices, so the Nintendo Switch 2, they disappeared. So also the problems with the tariffs in the US they're gone. So it's not a problem anymore. So there will be enough Nintendo Switch 2, so we don't have to be worried anymore. So that was actually the part of the story, because previously we were worried, like, oh my god, I want my Nintendo Switch 2. I want to pre-order it, and all the pre-orders got delayed in the US, and also the pre-orders in Europe. They disappeared. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And so I think actually we're good to go right now, and I think maybe at the end of this month or beginning next month we're gonna have also our pre-order then, and and there will be enough Switches for everyone.
You're gonna pre-order it, you think?
If it's possible, Well, we'll see, but so it's not going to be a problem anymore. I think they solved all the problems, all the issues, so we don't have to be worried anymore. No worries. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. I think maybe we don't even need to pre-order.
No?
I mean, I think we can just get it, right?
Let's go to the store. We are the NintenDUO. You have one reserved for us, please? Or
but
two?
I think I'm just gonna order it online, and then they will send it to me.
Oh, you're just gonna buy it, and then yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, okay, so like a few days ahead. Okay, so that's like
No,
before, like a few weeks. Oh, that is a pre-order, I guess. Eh?
Well, sort of. But pre-order is like months before. Or
Okay,
at
yeah.
least.
I'm just here. Nintendo brought back Paul Rudd to another commercial.
Oh, yeah.
This time for the Switch 2.
Another.
So
it was
it
him.
was Paul Rudd maybe really in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which, which would make sense.
Well, they say like they brought him back for another commercial. So
Yeah.
there was another one.
There was another one.
And I think it was this one. Yeah.
I think it was Paul Rudd because.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
So for the people, for the
inside, the big Nintendo fans.
The inside, the people who played like with the Super Nintendo, who remember the commercial from that day.
Yeah.
Maybe remember it. And also a little bit of nostalgia in that video, like also the older people, or the people who grew up with Nintendo, and the kids growing up with Nintendo now are also connected, playing with the online with the C button also. So so it's for all ages. I think that's the message also from Nintendo. It's for everybody.
Yeah, that's always their message, yeah?
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah. The C button, I think,
Yeah.
like, couldn't they just... But okay, yeah, the C button.
The C button.
Yeah.
The mysterious C button.
You understand? Because they were so secretive about this button. And I still don't really understand why it has to be... Why it's called the C button. I mean, yeah, the C from chat, but it could also be just a normal, like, option,
Yeah, or you could put on a logo, like communicate, like a headphone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or option, like in the old days, you had select and option, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do we still have select? I don't... Yeah, we have plus and minus, and we have the home, right? We don't have select anymore.
We cannot select things anymore.
Yeah, but okay, the C, I guess maybe for people who don't speak English, and then, okay, let's change it just to A, B, C, and S, L, R, and, just letters of the alphabet, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Because select and option and start, as we used to have, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And because those are, of course, English words. And then maybe, especially people in France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, and Italy, those countries, they feel like, that they own the world and stuff, and they... I'm not going to talk English. I'm just going to speak Spanish. I'm here in the Netherlands, and I'm going to speak Spanish everywhere. And those 5 countries, Italians, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, and Portugal. Because, it's funny that other countries don't do this. It's only those 5. But if you meet someone from Serbia or Ukraine, or Kosovo, okay, that's also Serbia, depending, or, Japan, name something else, Congo, they will not come, for example, to another country like, hey, in their own language, no. But it's just, something, and then Nintendo thought, you know what, because it's still connected to Nintendo, this talk, and then Nintendo thought, you know what, we're gonna change those names, for those, just the letter C.
The C,
yeah.
Oh, see you
later.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah. I think indeed this is time. It's time to hop to the next news segment thing, and that is another thing I want to show to Remco very shortly. Because we assumed that the Pro Controller was just the same as the Pro Controller. The Switch 2 Pro Controller, we thought it would just be the same, Remco and me, as the Switch 1 Pro Controller. And Remco said, I heard it was a little bit thinner, He read that somewhere, It was a little bit thinner.
Thinner.
Yes. Well, I still didn't see that article, so... but I did find something else. We're going to play a short, a segment of... a short few seconds of this video of other YouTubers. I forgot their channel, I forgot their name. I'll link them down below in the description. And they made a video about the Switch 2 Pro Controller. And I just want Remco to know. Plus, also, they really talked about these, so not these guys, but there was also another video. I think it's from Nintendo Life, and Alex from Nintendo Life, as we all know, hello, the lovely people. He made a video, just a full video, like 8 or 9 minutes long, talking about the joystick of the Pro Controller. He was talking about it for 9 minutes because he had it in his hands. Of course, he went to London. And he just talked about not the joystick, but about the
analog stick.
The analog stick, but not about the stick, but about the edge around it. He was talking about that, how smooth it was, the edge around it. And then he compared it, because many of you have seen this video, I guess, but he was trying to compare it at home, like how does it feel like, moving that stick? How does it feel like? And he was trying to compare it with many things, and he did experiments at home, this, that, and at the end. It was the same as some kind of oil, like maybe not olive oil, but sunflower oil. If you put that on a metal spoon or something, on a clean spoon, right? And then you rub like a plastic bottle with this spoon, that... Look, this is what Alex from Nintendo Life said. That is how the joystick... How you call it? I call it joystick, but...
I call it the analog stick. But
the analog stick.
Or steering stick.
Steering stick. Or Princess Sophia. That is how it felt to him.
What kind of experiments are these?
Yeah. And he talked about it for 9 minutes. And thousands of people, including me, watched him talk about it for 9 minutes, So...
Okay.
And then I thought, okay, it's just Alex from Nintendo Life saying this. But then I found this video, what we're going to watch right now, just a little, few seconds. And these guys were very convincing, about the switch to a Pro Controller. So, let's... Okay. You want to say something now before we head in?
Convince me to buy a Pro Controller.
Well, that will be hard.
Like 2, 3, 4,
That it will be hard to convince you, I think.
Yeah, okay. Well, they can try.
Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna buy one because I like the colors. But after hearing Alex talk about the spoon with sunflower oil and I'm in. And maybe I will try the same. Maybe we'll do the same experiment right here in this podcast. In a few months, and we'll let Alex know. Anyways, let's head to the video.
Oh, look, moves very smoothly.
So, you heard that sentence? The best controller of all time, Like, it feels so good in their hands, That's what this guy said. And this is it. This is what I wanted to show you. And the YouTube channel's name. I want to say it, but I can't see it right now, so... Unfortunately. I can have a look, but let's not, huh?
No.
Okay. So, are you convinced? This was very convincing to me.
It looks very nice. How the stick moves, also very smooth and.
Apparently, they really did something with the stick that it feels different. That's what Alex from Nintendo Life also was talking about. But now these guys as well, they had it in their hands and they really feel a difference. Like how it's steering and everything. I don't know. It's so smooth. Apparently, like Nintendo did something. Yeah. I mean it. Like it's crazy, but they did something, which is
something
good.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I also like the colors. Like now we can still see. Look at those. The color difference, like under the joystick, you see like it's a little bit grayish, like light gray. Yeah, it's very subtle.
I can see it on the inside. Yeah. Like a nice contrast. Yeah.
So I'm in. Unfortunately, because of the tariffs, all the accessories will be raised in price. So not the Switch 2 itself, but Pro controllers, cameras, sleeves.
Sounds excessive.
Yes. And for those of you wondering why there's a Dr. Mario and Ganondorf spinning around over there, Remco will enlighten you right now.
Yeah, so in our channel, I'm Remco, and I always play with Ganondorf, and he over there is Dr. Mario, and he always plays with Dr. Mario, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that is indeed the history.
We're playing it for years. It started with the normal Smash, I think, on the Nintendo 64, and then Well, the real main characters over here started on the Smash Bros. Melee, so yeah.
Because Ganondorf was also not in the first Smash, right?
No.
Yeah, so both of them in 2002, original Smash 1999.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was playing with actually, because it's so long ago for actually.
Maybe Link, I think.
I don't know.
I was playing Pikachu.
I just remember winning, but I don't remember we just.
Don't remember that. Maybe.
So, well, thank you for watching. The stuff I wanted to show you. This was Remco Reacts also, right? Yeah. And well, I love this reaction. It was,
Yeah. Well, actually, yesterday I played with like these like fake Pro controllers.
Where?
At a friend's house.
Fake
and
Pro controllers.
Yeah, so for the Nintendo Switch 1,
for the Nintendo Switch 1.
And it really felt like didn't work, didn't connect well, and also the steering sticks, they were a little bit rough.
Steering stick now.
Yeah, the steering stick.
Every time a different name. Okay.
Of course, so let's change it up a little bit.
Yeah. But I have those fake ones as well, right? We bought them for German Tim and Raquel when we were here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are they the same? Like
no, they look actually quite the same. Oh, don't look behind you, by the way, because there's something coming.
There's some. Is this the Easter Bunny? Yeah, we're talking about.
It's the Easter Bunny.
The
yeah.
Easter Bunny. Okay.
Well,
I don't see the Easter Bunny yet. Maybe in this shot. Oh shit! Oh shit! The Easter Bunny is coming. Yes.
No,
okay,
yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get like the very best Pro controller. Well, maybe.
So yesterday
maybe
you were
convinced.
Did you play Smash also?
No, I played. We were gonna play Mario Kart on the Switch, but
Mario Kart what? 8 or?
Yeah, the latest one. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8.
And we ended up actually playing Mario Party Jamboree.
That is funny. So I mean that is funny. So because this is one of those. Oh, and well, that's a very nice segue. Because we have to talk about the Switch 2 edition game.
Yeah, because this Mario Party Jamboree, it's coming indeed to the Nintendo Switch 2 as a
Switch 2 edition.
Edition. Ooh.
Yes, and you played this game. Actually, we don't need the AirPod anymore.
No, that's.
You played this game. Yeah,
that's true.
On the Switch 1, and. I want to dive. This is the last news segment here. Right?
Well, we also have the news flash.
Actually, we had to do that before. Ha ha! That is funny. Well, it's been a while, I guess. Okay, so let's do this news flash quickie. GameStop announced their trade-in prices. So if you have a Switch 1, a Switch Lite, or a Switch OLED, you can trade it in GameStop, get some money, and use that money to buy the Switch 2. You understand? So these are trade-in prices. You're going to trade. You're not just going to... okay, so they made these prices in all of the states, and maybe also in Canada, I don't know, but in the States, the OLED, $175. The Switch 1, so V1, V2, because we have the first version, and after a few months they made the second version with a longer battery life or something. Anyways, the original Switch, $125, and the Switch Lite, $100. So that will be your trade-in price, and you can use that for the Switch 2. Yeah. Which is nice. And it also makes me think, for €125, I would maybe also trade in my Switch, I guess, because... I don't know. I mean, am I a collector? I guess I am, because I have all the consoles. But yeah, they're somewhere in the basement in a box, and I don't know. That's the other... will I still use the Switch 1? I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, maybe
it's a good question, but maybe for another time.
Yeah.
That's actually... Oh, we have a cat here. But, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it in. I don't think so, but...
No, you think? Yeah,
I actually kept all my Nintendo consoles and handhelds. I have them all. Well,
not the Game Boy Pocket, right? You don't have the Game Boy Pocket.
No, the Game Boy Pocket I don't have, and the Wii U I also don't have.
Good choice, Remco. Good choice. I'm with you on that one. But I have one of the two, and which is the Game Boy Pocket. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Touché.
Yeah. So you have all the Nintendo consoles, you say? So also the 2DS?
Yeah, the 2DS, 3DS.
Not the 2DS, right? You didn't buy that, I hope.
With the double screen, right?
Yeah, but the one you're not able to flip. Like they made a 2DS, and it's like an unflippable DS.
Yeah, it's stuck like this. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, I have that one also. It's
No, you don't. I don't think so.
It's gray, right? And yeah, with the little stick and right.
Look, it came out after the 3DS.
Oh, after. Oh, I thought. Oh.
Like you have the original DS, you know, the one which came out as first. You can flip it.
No, I'm
but
confused.
The 2DS, you cannot flip it. You know, understand? The two screens are like this, and you cannot close the DS. It's like open.
You have to flip it off yourself.
It's like a Game Boy almost. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
And it came out like in 2015, 16. I don't know, like right before the Switch. You know, like.
Oh no, I don't have that one.
No. Because I would be like disappointed in you if you would have bought that console. Sorry.
3DS I have. The extra large I don't have. Like just the normal version.
Okay, well, too much information, but gotcha. You know who also has the 3DS? Okay. Jamila.
Oh.
Yes. And if Jamila's watching, please let us know in the comment section down below. Hello there.
Hello.
Could be.
But let's get back to your concern or your concerning thoughts. You're very concerned, right?
I am very concerned.
Because I was talking about, I was playing Mario Party Jamboree, so fun. and I really want a Switch 2 edition of Mario Party Jamboree, of course.
Well.
Right?
Okay, it's funny. Okay, so you started talking about Mario Party Jamboree, indeed, 10 minutes ago, and let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Let's also push this button. Hey. So, another Easter bunny right here.
Oh, the Easter bunny is he looks.
Well, it is Easter at the moment of filming.
Yeah, we have the Easter egg. That's why they're here.
Yes. So, there you go.
They're here for the Easter.
There you go.
Watch out, he's gonna attack.
I have some concerns. So, I have concerning thoughts about the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games, and I want to dive a little bit deeper into that. So, Nintendo announced on this extended Nintendo Direct they had on April 2nd, right? And I was thinking about it a bit more, you know, like a couple of weeks. They showed us 6 Nintendo Switch 2 edition games, all right? Pokémon ZA, Metroid Prime 4, yes, because they get a Switch 1 version and they get a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Now I just need my brain to work for the other two.
Zelda.
And of course the 2 Zeldas, that's it. Yeah. Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So those are the 6 Nintendo Switch 1 games that get a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game. And okay, so we all know this, but I am concerned, and I have every right to be. So with Super Mario Party Jamboree that he played yesterday instead of Smash, I don't understand that, but okay, I do understand maybe because there's maybe certain people there who are not diehard Smash players, so then I understand. You understand?
Yeah, that's why
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. Okay. Or in Ukraine, ja rozumію. Or in Japanese, wakarimashita. Or in Dutch, ik begrijp het. Or in Spanish, yo comprendo. Anyways, I understand Remco, but I'm still a little bit disappointed because you're a Smash brother. And, you know, like I also teach my nephew, there's only one game that really matters in this life, John. Smash Brothers. And if you see this when you're older, you know. Anyways, so the concerning thought is like this game, Super Mario Party Jamboree. It gets like a nice camera upgrade, and you know, a few mini games that you can play with the Nintendo Switch camera in very low resolution. And okay, then you have to buy this game again, or I'm not sure. Maybe you buy an upgrade, right? You buy an upgrade if you have. So your friend can buy the upgrade because he has the original game. I guess something like that. Yeah. But he has to buy the upgrade. But at least you get extra content. He gets extra content for Super Mario Party Jamboree, so all right, fine. You know, he gets the extra games, maybe an extra board. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if your friend, for example, also has Kirby and the Forgotten Land, then sure, he or she will get an extra level and some extra upgrades, or there are some extra things like in every level or something, more things to do for Kirby, more things to suck it up, Kirby. So
that's true.
this is the frustration coming out right now.
Yeah, suck it up.
But there's also the other Nintendo Switch 2 edition games, like Zelda Breath of the Wild to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and the only upgrade they get, besides the Google Maps, TomTom, Zelda voice guidance, aka Zelda notes or something, the only upgrade they get is enhanced graphics. And I would think, okay, and about Pokemon ZA, that's probably also just the graphics. We don't know anything because they hardly showed us. We saw some shots. It looks better,
smoother,
a little bit smoother. Yeah. And Metroid, of course, looks a lot better on the Switch 2. And in Metroid, you have two options: 4K 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second, and then 1080p. So that's Metroid. I understand Metroid and Pokemon because it will be cross-releases. So okay, but the Zelda ones are the ones that are concerning me the most, because imagine, and then I saw this video from Andres Restart. He's a YouTuber, makes Nintendo YouTube videos, and he made a video about all the Nintendo Switch 2 editions that he would like to see. And I was like, no. I don't want to see all those games. I want to see new games. I don't want to have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Mario Odyssey, a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Luigi's Mansion 3, of Kirby. Okay, so Kirby is already coming, but of Toad's Treasure Trackers, Princess Peach Showtime. I mean, Andres Restart even was talking about Super Mario Kart 8. Like, that could have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And I was like, no. Yeah, I mean, Remco, you think like, okay, Tycho, you're ridiculous, but this is really, I feel like this because like Nintendo made hundreds of games, for the Switch 1, and imagine if they're gonna, like make like, I don't know, even half of all those games, Nintendo Switch 2 edition games. It would be just lazy. I just want new games. Just imagine, like, 20 years ago, we would buy the GameCube, and then we get all those N64 games on the GameCube, and then GameCube, edition, and then it will be Mario 64 with more, enhanced graphics. No, we got Mario Sunshine, and I think Nintendo is for sure working on a new 3D Mario. But what I want, and then that will be the end of this monologue, and then I will let Remco, interrupt. But what I want is, just when you use, when you put a Switch 1 game in the Switch 2, that it automatically will enhance the graphics a little bit. Because in my memory, or maybe my memory is not working anymore, but in my memory, when you had a PlayStation 1 game, you put it in the PlayStation 2, it looked a little bit nicer. It was running a little bit smoother. And the same when you put the PlayStation 2 game in the PlayStation 3, it was running a little bit smoother. It looks a little bit nicer. No more frame rate drops. When I am going to put Hyrule Warriors Age of the Calamity for the Switch 1, when am I going to put that in my Switch 2 in 2 months, I expect it to run smooth. And it will run smooth. And maybe it will look a little bit better. But maybe Nintendo's like, nah. And okay, it will run smoother, but it will not look better. No. If you want it to look better, Tycho, you need to buy the 15 to 20 euro upgrade for the enhanced graphics. Maybe they're gonna do it like that. And if it's like that, I would think it's a little bit nasty. I would think it's greedy. And maybe I discussed this already before in an earlier podcast. I don't know, but I just wanted to talk a little bit longer about it, and I did that. So, what about? What are your thoughts, Remco? Because concerning thoughts.
Yeah, they're concerning. Was one of the things what I was thinking about with the Switch 2 editions, like exactly what you're saying. Like, is Nintendo being a little bit lazy by making for every game a Switch 2, for a few games a Switch 2 edition? And where's it gonna end? Because these 6 games, maybe it's just a start, and they're gonna bring us a lot more Switch 2 edition games. Just make a new game, and I'm waiting for that. I'm not waiting for this, and
it's like Nintendo is kind of in this mindset right now, because Mario Kart came out on the Wii U. Many games came out on the Wii U, and they brought it out on the Switch one, and which is of course logic because the Switch, because the Wii U failed and no one played those games, except maybe a friend of Remco who bought this Wii U. We don't know anyone who bought the Wii U. Yeah. What was the game again? So Mario 3D Land or 3D World. Yeah, Mario 3D World, and then later it came on the Switch with Bowser's Fury, and that's good, and also Splatoon 2, of course. And Mario Kart 8, and there's many Wii U games that came on the Switch. But that's logic, because no one had this Wii U. But now Nintendo maybe thinks, hey, pretty good. And they also did Donkey Kong Country Returns, right? On the Switch 1. He returned again. And it was like, there was no upgrade or something, hardly. It was, below Tropical Freeze. Imagine if they would do, so they're not going to do Tropical Freeze because Donkey Kong changed his whole appearance. So at least I'm sure, and I can say with 99% certainty that there will be no Switch 2 edition of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze or Donkey Kong Returns. He will not return for a third time.
No. Yeah, but one thing I also want to say about this
please say something.
whole discussion also. I don't personally like that they're not going to, they're going with these Switch 2 edition games because you have the Switch 1 and you bought so many Switch 1 games, maybe 10, 20, 30, 40 games, and it should be backwards compatible, like what you were saying with the PlayStation, with the older games. It should be for free, like you already paid for the game, and why don't enhance the graphics? Now it sounds a little bit greedy, like, make a Switch 2 edition, you have to pay a little bit more, and you can enhance it. By the way, you also have to pay like $80, $90 for Mario Kart and all the other games. Like, wait, my wallet is already empty. Why not give us like the Switch 1 games for the normal price? That can also increase the sales of the Switch 1. But no, they're taking the route like, pay $80, $90 for the new Switch 2 games, make Switch 2 editions, also pay a little bit more for that. Yeah, so I'm also concerned, like, why are they doing this? Like, come on, give us something. Like, I know things are getting more expensive, you have to pay more, but it's kind of like they're trying to milking the situation, like, okay, well, you have to buy this. You have to buy another thing. You have to buy this. Well, yeah. I'm sorry, but my wallet is already empty because of this.
The DLC for Zelda is also not included in this Switch 2 edition. So we have the game already, and I bought the Zelda DLC. So I just have to buy the graphics upgrade. Nintendo? Well, I'm not gonna buy any graphics upgrade, but I want to put my Switch 1 version, of Zelda in the Switch 2, and I want to see those graphics, because no one is talking about that, because we don't know, and no one is talking about it because we don't know. But the first thing I want to do with my Switch 2 is I want to put in a Switch 1 game and see how it looks. Yeah, but really.
Yeah, I'm just curious also.
Because it's not going to be enhanced, right? Because otherwise there wouldn't be a Switch 2 edition of Zelda, so it's not going to be enhanced.
But because they're saying that the Switch 1 technology and the Switch 2 technology is different. Like the game cards are the same size, but the technology inside this game card of the Switch 2 edition is different, and that's why it doesn't work. But I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
No, I also don't know. But I do know that I'm not waiting for all these Switch 2 editions the lazy way. That's it.
Yeah.
These are my thoughts, and I hope that some of you are agreeing with me. Am I being too harsh? I mean, what is the advantage for the gamers? Like, the advantage is if you don't have the Switch 1, if you didn't have it, if you didn't buy the game on the Switch 1, maybe then it would be nice to buy Kirby for €90.
Yeah, and also with what you were saying earlier about the Metroid Prime 4, so and Pokemon ZA, so it's a no-brainer to get the Switch 2 version if you have the Switch 2, of course.
Yeah, but games like, for example, Splatoon, I don't want a Splatoon 3 Switch 2 edition. Just make a new Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon 4.
Yeah. And there's also another game that might get a Switch 2 edition. But I just want a new one, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
You know which one I'm talking about.
Of course I know. Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, look in the left bottom corner of the screen. Above the Easter egg.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at him go.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch to it. Oh, no. We want a new a new Super.
I mean, what are the chances, you know, that Nintendo will make a Switch 2 edition of this game with enhanced graphics? So that's it, huh? There will be no more stuff added. No. There's actually a big chance that they will do this, I feel.
More characters, more levels, maybe.
I don't think they're going to do anything. They're just going to enhance the graphics and then bring out this game. And maybe later they'll make a new Smash, but maybe, you know, like 2-3 years or something. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do a Switch 2 edition and then like, Jesus, what is this?
Yeah.
Or maybe they won't because they know that people will get very angry.
Yeah.
You know? People will not like it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Sakurai is now working on Kirby's Air Ride, so
yeah, well, Kirby Air Riders.
Air Riders, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So he's probably not working on a Smash Bros. Just yet. So
no,
it will take a few years, and but every console just needs a new Smash Bros. Right?
I mean, is it so hard for Sakurai to work on 2 games simultaneously? I mean, it's not like he's making these games alone, right? There's hundreds of people. He just can order, you know, I mean, he just gives commands. Like, okay, guys, Satoshi, you go do this and that and that. Yeah, blah. Yes, make Ganondorf a little bit smaller and weaker. Yeah, very good. Don't forget, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes back to the other room to Kirby Air Riders. Yeah. You know, I have an idea. Let's make a yellow Kirby. Yes, let's add yellow Kirby to the roster.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Subarashi. Yeah.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, something.
I mean, is it really so hard to do 2 games at the same time?
I know. Yeah, there are lots of people working on the game, like lots, but
he's not alone.
No, he's not alone. So
he is not alone. Someone's there with him. What's wrong?
I see lots of cats swarming us.
Cats or
cat?
Easter bunnies.
I'm sorry, Easter bunnies.
Okay, so anyways, that is the...
so
that is this news, right?
Yeah, our concerns.
Yes,
so maybe one last thing.
Tell me.
The Mario Kart Direct. You were talking about the Mario Kart Direct also. We saw that. We were there. We were... we reviewed that actually.
I mean, we were not there, Remco. I mean, I was here
in spirit.
In spirit, yeah.
Sure. We were there.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit underwhelming. And now, after a few days, also like, why did Nintendo actually make a whole Nintendo Direct only for Mario Kart World? Well, it is a big game, but the only new things they showed us were just some kind of rewind function, and you see all the only actually the rewind function was the biggest thing, and
the blue piece,
the missions,
that's it. Those 2 things we saw.
That's it, and
let's announce this huge Nintendo Direct. I mean, presumably, indeed. Just wait till you see this Mario Kart World Direct. Just wait. Those are the words of the people of the Nintendo Treehouse. Just wait, guys. Just wait till you see this Direct on April 17th. Well, we were waiting.
You're gonna go crazy. Yeah. We
went
crazy, but not in a good way.
No, I mean, my afterthoughts are like, okay, so we made a statement at the end of this Direct. We watched this Direct. And we thought, like, okay, this was unnecessary. We knew everything already. And you can even hear us say, after 5-6 minutes, like, okay, we know all this already. When are we going to see the new stuff? So,
give us some new things. Like,
that's what we were thinking. Yeah. And apparently, then I watched some other YouTube videos after this Direct from other YouTube creators. And everyone was saying the same thing. So, our thoughts align. it was very underwhelming. And we were missing quite some things. So we saw the free roam mode, and it's nice. We saw we saw a little bit of the free roam mode. We saw two of the P button mini games or something of challenges.
Yeah, challenges. Yeah.
Of the hundreds of P buttons that are in the game, hundreds of P buttons. That's what the voiceover said. Hundreds. And how much does Nintendo show? 2, very shortly, like a few seconds.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Like you know what it means? If Nintendo only shows 2, to me that means that there's not so much variety. They show only 2, so it means there's a lot of blue coin challenges and there's a lot of, the same challenges probably. There's maybe 100 blue coin challenges, maybe 150 or 200.
Yeah, that would be boring actually if that's the case. Yeah.
The whole time the same challenges. And there's this peach coin that we can collect, and what do we do with the peach coin? Probably nothing.
Oh.
And there's this question mark, and if you jump on it or something, what happens? I thought maybe some coins come out or something, but we don't know because Nintendo doesn't tell us. And for the rest, people, including me, were hoping of some kind of more story kind of mode, with missions and stuff. And just imagine, this is what I was talking about on the phone with Remco a few days ago, and it was a full heated conversation, as I remember. Yeah, the phone was hot eventually. Bloody hot. But is this? Yeah, we're gonna dive into this right now, eh? Yeah, I guess.
Well, we can talk a little bit.
By the way, this is Nintendo drama, or isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
the previous one is. The previous one was
your
also
concerns are also Nintendo drama.
But this is also kind of drama, about this Mario Kart, because we're not happy.
We expected more.
Yeah, we're also happy. It's a nice game. It looks nice, And yes, everyone is very, like Pixar and Disney vibes, and it looks very good. But just, it's $80 and €80. What we are missing. So about the story mode, because then Remco said on the phone, "But Tycho, come on, it's a racing game. Don't be a moron, Tycho. Don't be an idiot." I said, Remco, why this abusive language suddenly? Like,
well, I don't know if it said that, but yeah,
I clearly remember. But then I explained to Remco, and I will explain it to you right now. People have been talking about Diddy's Kong Racing for the N64. Well, I haven't played that, so just from from hearing saying. But I can imagine it myself like this. Okay. You have this whole world. Nintendo has this whole world. Just imagine that in the beginning you start somewhere, you cannot go everywhere yet, and you just start riding on your kart, and then you just like in Zelda. And then by playing the game, the map gets unlocked more and more tracks, and the map gets unlocked by doing the challenges. For example, you go to Bowser's Castle, and first you do some missions, racing against Koopas and Troopas, and eventually against Bowser. Maybe he's huge, maybe he's bigger even, like in Bowser's Fury. Crazy stuff is happening. Some crazy missions, etc. And then you unlock that part on the map, and it will always be open in free roam. Otherwise, there will be maybe invisible walls, you understand? And they could do the same for every level. For example, you have this cow now also riding on the bike. So, okay, sure, you ride with Mario Kart to some kind of farm. You race against some sheep, cows, whatever. There's some challenges. Maybe there's cows running on the road in this challenge, and you have to, ride through it. Just crazy challenges. And eventually you unlock that map, and voila, And maybe you add cow to your roster then, and maybe you add Bowser to your roster then. You understand? Like, this is how you can unlock characters as well, and maps. And then it would be kind of like a story. It could also be, just imagine, like, okay, Wario and Waluigi, they're, suddenly they come out of the blue. You're just driving around, in the direction of, I don't know, the Rocky Mountains or something. You're driving in the direction, and suddenly, on your right, there come Waluigi and Wario. And they're like, hey, we're gonna kidnap you because we want money, blah 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 blah, And then some mission starts there. You don't expect it. And, maybe they even kidnap you, really, and then you go to this other place on the world, and, then you have to kart, I don't know, you do something, and, kart against them, whatever, have with money, then with a lot of coins, because Wario likes coins, he has money, so there will be a lot of coin challenges, and this and that, collect more coins than Wario, or maybe like in Burnout, bump against Wario and make him lose all his coins and grab it all and stuff. And at the end, Mario, damn it, next time, Mario. Just imagine this, right? And then you unlock Wario Stadium, and then you can slowly unlock, more and more of the world, and it will be a very nice single player. You can play it like 30, 40 hours. I mean, is this such a crazy idea? Is this crazy? Because I think it's a missed chance. Like, it's an open world. This was the moment for Nintendo to do this, unless they still have this surprise up their sleeve, which they don't. Because we saw it on the Nintendo Direct, and if they keep it a surprise, it's stupid. So, this was the moment with this open world to do this, Maybe they will do it in the future, but they should have done it here in Mario Kart World.
Yeah, it was missed chance indeed. I
feel like that, yeah.
And maybe they're gonna do DLC. I hope not, but...
You think that they will do this in the DLC even?
It's a little bit too big, a story mode in a DLC. I don't think so, but... It's a missed chance by Nintendo. They should have given us indeed a story mode. I was thinking about it a lot, like in the last few days.
After our heated conversation.
Yeah, you're right. You could make it so much more fun.
It would be cool.
Not racing from one point to other point, or time challenges, or you have to get to a certain space in on the map. Loads of things, or collect certain objects in the city, bring it around like a taxi driver. I don't know. You can do lots of things, but no, just the open world.
Bananas, indeed. Bananas for Donkey Kong. Like as Donkey Kong, you bring the bananas to other people who are hungry, maybe. I don't know, or whatever.
And maybe a co-op, maybe story mode also. Like you can do it together and and do it online together. I don't know. So many possibilities, but no, we just got open world.
Open empty world. So okay, you see a lot of fish swimming in the sea and this and that. Like, what are you gonna do with those Magikarps?
It looks cool, but
missed opportunities in this empty world.
I guess. Well, do you have any more thoughts about this? These are my concerns or my.
Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah. And I think, indeed, it is time to go to the... this was all the news of these weeks that we wanted to talk about, I think, right?
Yeah. A few nice news items.
We're talking already for how long? Oh, an hour. Perfect.
I think an hour.
Well,
so
that is perfect, because then it's time for Retro Rewind.
Oh, Retro Rewind, my man.
Retro Rewind. Hit the intro.
Let's go.
Retro Rewind. Retro Rewind. Yeah. We have filmed, of course, previously some episodes of our podcast. This is episode 4. Yeah. And, we're still trying to work things out a little bit. So, Retro Rewind changed maybe a little bit here and there. And we're still going to do Retro Rewind videos, but not like in our first 3 podcasts. Because we're going to make separate videos about Retro Rewind. But this Retro Rewind can be here in this podcast because I got this book right here that my mother gave to me on my birthday recently. Hello, Ilona. Hoi. And this is the N64 encyclopedia. Maybe on the other camera you can see it a little bit better. So.
Oh, very nice.
And what we're going to do today is I'm going to test Remco's and your knowledge here in this Retro Rewind. Oh. So I'm gonna, scroll through this book, and I'm gonna read, and then Remco will tell me the name of this game. Because Remco, you didn't see this coming, right?
No,
but I thought, oh, sorry, it's a surprise. You said, right?
Yeah, it's a surprise. Yeah.
Yes, it's a surprise, and I thought, because it's nice that I got this book for my birthday, but what to do with this book? Am I gonna read it? I thought, what's more fun? Let's just test Remco, and we can do this many, many times until we did the whole book. So,
I can test you the next time then.
Well, that was not.
No, was that putting me on the spot only?
I didn't think about that. So okay. Because this is Remco Reacts, right? No, okay, it's Retro Rewind. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I didn't plan this. Oh, I didn't plan this, but it doesn't matter. Let's just... I'll pick a game. Okay.
Yeah. Pick one.
I found something.
Yeah.
I will... Okay, maybe this is a little bit... maybe too easy. Okay, I found something.
Start with the easy one.
Okay. I'll start with an easy one. Alrighty. So, I will read this text, but there are some words that I will censor, of course. For example, you will hear the word Luigi, and then maybe I'll say another name. You know, it can be like Flanchar or Joran, because some names might give away what kind of, game this is. You understand? So I will censor some words, and maybe I'll say George Clooney instead of Samus Aran. All right. These games weren't the only tradition that started the life on the Nintendo 64. The long-running George Clooney series also originated on the system. Yes, indeed. With those 4 controller ports once again proving to be essential, to be the essential spark that enabled a franchise to form. George Clooney's central concept is that of a volleyball game where players choose a character from the Ocean 11 movie and then compete against each other to try and end up with the most marijuana joints once a set number of turns are over.
It's very difficult.
I have to make it a little bit cryptic because otherwise, But you, if you've seen Ocean's 11, the movie, you get this. Or maybe Ocean's 12 actually, because
12,
because they go to Amsterdam to the coffee shop, the Dampkring. If you know, you know. All right. Any ideas till now?
I'm thinking Smash Bros.
Alrighty, let's it can be anything because I was just scrolling through the book. Where was I? Marijuana joints, George Clooney getting stoned. Whoever does is the biggest Jonko smoker of them all and will spend the rest of their life taunting their pals mercilessly, probably. Wow, this text.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm reading, but okay, let's continue. In this first entry, okay, so it's the first entry because it's the first entry of this game ever, right? On the Nintendo 64, right?
Yeah.
That already is giving you a hint.
Yeah, it's Smash Bros. I think it's Smash Bros.
Yeah, it's a hint because it means there's also other entries of this, game on other consoles in the future, which is now Marty. In this first entry, there are 11 characters, but since it's Ocean's 12, there are 12 characters to choose from. George, Brad, Big Mac, or what's his name? Mac, the black guy. He passed away.
Bernie Mac?
Yeah. I said Big Mac.
Big Mac. Wow.
Well, he's... well, I mean, he was not small. He was not small. Bernie Mac, the little Japanese guy, Julia Roberts, of course, Hagrid, rest in peace, the actor. By the way, there's going to be a new Harry Potter TV show, and Hagrid will be played by Nick Frost, who was in Shaun of the Dead. So, a little side note over here. And a lot of other characters from the Ocean's 12, yeah. They will with all 12 playing exactly the same, yeah. So even Julia Roberts plays the same as George Clooney, doesn't matter, yeah. Playing exactly the same. So Bernie Mac also the same as the little Japanese guy. Doesn't matter that he's a little Japanese and the other one is a little bit bigger. Exactly the same, not boosting any strengths or weaknesses. So that is already giving you another hint, Remco-chan. Because that would maybe mean it's not a certain game that you had in mind. Because they play all 12 are playing exactly the same. exactly. Oh, get out! Doubling exactly the same.
Okay.
So, which actor am I trying to do here?
I don't know,
That was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, it was a bad impression. You have to do it like this. So my body he likes it like this.
Woo, sure, buddy.
My body, he likes to hear this. I still think Smash Bros.
Okay,
So that's it.
evil laugh. Yeah, but I wanted to say "Get Out" as Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's very difficult.
Get out!
Yeah,
Like that? Something
yeah.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah, so all 12 characters are playing exactly the same, not boosting any strengths or weaknesses. So, by the way, if you at home already guessed what game this is, let us know in the comment section down below, because then you're good. Let us know when you guessed it. Before or after Remco, or maybe Remco will never guess it. But anyways, let's continue. Because this is Retro Rewind, N64 edition. So, where are we? Oh yeah. Except for the fact that George Clooney is the coolest, obviously. I mean, it's written right here. There are also, initially, 12 levels to play. Each with their own special features. So, for example, Hyrule Castle is set in the sky. And Brad Pitt regularly appears to sell the other bank robbers fake, I don't know, you watch the movie, something. fake Easter eggs.
Those are real.
Essentially stealing their coins, Yeah, Julia Roberts.
Oh, maybe it's Mario Kart.
Julia Roberts' makeup store has rolling builders. Well, anyways, and continues a little bit like that, with too many hints here. So let's just continue a little bit to the next alinea. The levels are only half of the story, however. What truly makes this game so entertaining is the inclusion of beep. I cannot read that. They are split into 2 versus 2, 1 versus 3, and 4 player categories. And players compete to earn those marijuana joints.
Oh.
Which can be spent.
I already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
I think it's Mario Party on Nintendo 64.
There are 39. Well, you know what, Remco? You're right. It is Mario Party.
Yahoo!
1998, made by Nintendo and developer Hudson Soft.
How does
You want to see?
Yeah, show me, please.
Yeah, or maybe also the viewers at home, by the way.
Show me.
Let's just show you quickie.
Yeah.
This is what I was reading just now. Remco got it. It was Mario Party, not Jamboree. There you go.
Yeah.
And there you go, Remco-chan.
Very cool.
There's the book.
Oh.
So very good that you guessed it. I tried to do my best.
Yeah, you really did your best.
And you want to put me on the spot also, you say, in the future, I hope.
Yeah, in the future I'm going to put you in the spot. And
That's good, because I don't feel like being put on the spot right now.
Oh.
Although, but yeah, it was pretty good that you guessed it, because I did my best.
Yeah.
But I think there's many giveaways, and it was an easy one, because I thought, he was playing Super Mario Party Jamboree yesterday, so let's just put this Mario Party in here for now.
Yeah, we also said like Hyrule Castle, like.
I did do that on purpose.
It's like, what?
Because there's no Hyrule Castle.
No, of course. Like, no, but
yeah,
Then was like, no, not Mario Kart, but then some
but there's no Hyrule Castle written there. I made that up.
Yeah, I know that you did, because there is no Hyrule Castle in Mario Party. So like, huh?
Yeah.
First, like, oh, maybe Mario Kart. No, but there was no Hyrule Castle. There was no Link in that.
How did you
Mario
come up
Kart.
with Mario Party then?
Because of the coins, the characters.
The characters.
Yeah.
I said George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, and
Yeah, they're all included. No, because there's a limited character.
I know what you. I know.
Put on the. They're waiting for you. The Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. It was funny to see, but.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
they were watching us.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know when you
No.
got it. Like I said, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3,
Yeah.
2, and then you felt like, wait a second, why not
Oh.
1 versus 1? And you know.
Yeah, that's Mario. But also in Smash Bros, you could also do that, like make teams.
Yeah.
So. But in Mario Party, it's more common to make teams.
So well, you did well, and
Yeah.
this was the retro rewind, and now it's off for the most sad part of this NintenDUO podcast, which is the mailbag.
Mailbag.
Mailbag. I mean, we at least got a comment.
Yeah.
We have one comment. Maybe you want to read it to the viewers at home.
So, let's read it. So, somebody, posted a comment. Just Jeff Music.
Yeah, just Jeff Music, which is of course Jeffrey Wilde Peters with double L, which is important. It's something he didn't tell me. I know this guy. He's like a very, very old friend. He's so old, very old friend. But he lives very far away from Amsterdam. So, but one day when he makes his way to Amsterdam, he might end up right here, right here in the middle.
Right.
And I'm not talking about Malcolm, but Jeffrey in the middle. But anyway, so Jeffrey found our YouTube channel, and he commented. So thank you very much. And if you're watching, please comment down below. We need comments.
Yeah.
Anyways, Remco, so just Jeff Music. What did he say?
Well, he said, he said, "What a high quality podcast! I hope Nintendo will announce some new games soon." Oh, we hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's indeed giving us some extra feathers in our ass, and I like it.
Yeah, you like?
It's a proverb. It's a proverb in Dutch, So please.
Yeah. Well, very nice of Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
He knows that the algorithm needs this. We need this. So thank you very much. And I also hope indeed that Nintendo will announce some new games soon, because he has a point. Because we just know 2 games, 2 upcoming games that we really want for the Switch 2, and of course Metro Prime, sure, okay, 3, and you want your ZA. But, we want more besides just Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Like, where's the rest? Where's Splatoon 4? Where's the new Smash?
Give us some more. Yeah.
Where's Mario? Where's Mario's mustache?
Where is he?
Yeah. So that's this. And I don't have any final thoughts, I think. I think just, I think I hear someone scratching the scratch ball.
Yeah.
And those are my final thoughts. I see Yuki-chan is sitting next to you, actually.
Oh, where? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's over here. You like the podcast there? Yeah. Oh, she also wants to pre-order the Switch, I think. And let's hope that the Switch 2 will be also available here in Europe to pre-order, or we're just going to buy it in the store, right?
I hope it will be available. And I hope...
Yeah.
That you had a nice Easter, Remco. I mean, it was with me, so I hope it was okay.
Yeah,
We have some Easter eggs right
here. We're gonna finish this whole plate of
finish it off.
Easter eggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hope that you had a nice Easter, and still have maybe, depending on when you're watching this. And do you want to ask them a last question, or shall we just end this?
No, let's end this. Comment down below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next time.
Adios. Ciao.